podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss, like, you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
For sure.
health,
Femininity, parenthood, dating
definitely
as
dating.
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
But also to people who grew
mhm,
up like with both parents,
mhm,
married parents, and then, like, you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her
yeah.
siblings and my siblings. So
Mhm.
yeah, so it's from that
Looking,
perspective
yeah,
as
looking at
that.
life through that lens. So
Yeah.
you're gonna get a whole lot of things
Mhm.
from us being women, going through
Mhm.
life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But
Yeah.
yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
We are back. Dom is doing some maintenance right now
I'm
in the
being
background.
petty.
Yeah, she's doing digital evictions right now as we speak to some of her accounts. Not her dude. Just because I know people will be getting nosy, be like, "Oh, Dom having problems with her man." It's not happening. That's not what it is. She's evicting some people from her apps. So you can see in the background there. You can see her. She's scrolling. All the apps are getting disabled for someone within the mist. Um, but man, shout out to everybody, man. Dude, y'all really been fucking with us, man. Y'all really been fucking with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yo,
shit.
y'all really been like telling stories in the comments. Y'all been at it, man. Y'all really was going hard about the young lady with the R. Kelly thing. Y'all was really upset. Shout out to Blessing Season. She said, "Man, I'm glad I came. I'm glad this came up. I love the podcast. Keep it up. Definitely listen on my breaks and late at work. Real talk and open honesty. Not too much, but very adult like conversation. Man, shout out to you, Blessing Season. I appreciate you. My boy Lee's Roy. He says that last story, homeboy, going to have to just let that one ride.
Yep.
D said, how you gonna tell Pops that? Shoot, he may even know that, and he stole her from his uncle. I didn't even think.
Yeah.
What if he was in the back end? Maybe he was dirty working.
Yeah. I just that's what I said. Like, you kind of gotta just let it. You gotta chill because it's not like nothing you can do. It's
Yeah,
nothing you can do.
there's nothing you can do. If y'all listening, we basically was a story about. If you go back in our archives, a story of a brother. He found DVDs of his uncle having sex with his mother.
Yeah, it's nothing you could do. You can't say nothing. Like, if anything, you could kind of have maybe have a conversation with your mama, but I wouldn't even do that. I was just like, fuck.
It's out.
And
It's just
that's
you
it.
gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. You just gotta hold it.
Yep.
Sometimes you gotta hold some shit. Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Divorce Court. We've been looking for that episode. And me, you talked about last episode. It still hasn't come up yet. With the dude crying and like, I hope y'all both get COVID and y'all both took the vaccine. I hope y'all both die. The one that with the dude with the dreads.
Yes, yes. I'm
Still
into,
hasn't come
I'm,
out yet.
I'm good for following up and like watching those episodes, but afterwards, it just got so freaking busy, so I forgot to go back. But
It
I'm
hasn't come
definitely
out.
gonna go. Oh, trust me, I can find it. I'll be able
But, I
to
mean,
find it.
I didn't see it on the YouTube page. On their YouTube page on Divorce
I'll
Court.
find it. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'll find it.
So you'll find the person that actually is the one like, girl, we was on there and we was out doing this, doing that, and I
Yo,
told that motherfucker that's what it is.
yo, what's crazy? Sidebar. This is hella random. Yo,
Mhm.
you remember when Adrian was on fucking like Judge Judy or Judge
Judge
Mathis?
Mathis, shout out to that the episode. Judge Mathis, I have put out there's $150 bounty out there for anyone that has the filming of the episode season 12, episode 9. If you could find that, please send it to me. I will pay for it
Because
early.
I looked up one day, I was like, is that Adrian?
He lost the case.
He lost the case. Because the dude told him. The dude told him he was gonna mess up his
It's
car.
some deeper stuff than that, though. That Adrian was doing some dirt diggler shit on the back end that he couldn't reveal on the show because it had made his case worse. But in the streets, it made sense, but not in the
Lord,
legal sense.
Lord, Jesus,
Shout out to
Lord,
Adrian. I
Jesus.
talked to him today. He's like, dude, y'all be wild on y'all show, man. He's like, y'all be wild on y'all show. He's like, I fuck with y'all, man.
Man.
He's
I was
like,
like,
y'all
speak,
looking cute though.
Lord, Lord help us. Lord help us.
Yeah. So what do you want to go at first? We got four dope topics. Which one you want to go to first?
I want to go to. I want to say the best for last, which would be Rihanna and Rocky. But
Yep.
I want to start off with the mess. Let's start with Trey. Then let's do Chloe and Chris. Let's do the last two topics.
All
But I
right.
want to say Rihanna and Homeboy for last.
Let's go. All right. So Trey Songz is jammed up again. That they didn't came back with a case from 2018, I believe. And they are looking at him, and basically he's the next R. Kelly because R. Kelly's already locked up. They trying to find another black man to lock up that is doing wrong.
Okay.
We have a whole episode about
Whoa.
this that people fucked with earlier.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
How you worded that, friend?
Yeah. No. I know. I did that on purpose.
Yeah, I was like, so what we know is this is our probably third or fourth time. I think this is our fourth time talking about Trey Songz in the year that we've been doing this show,
Yeah.
getting jammed up.
Yeah.
Now, my question is because now it's not just him, it's Kevin Lyles, and I think the label.
Mm-hmm.
That
Everybody, they bringing everybody to the table.
they get everybody. So I wonder, I can't remember, I read over this, but I can't remember where this is because I'm wondering what the statute of limitations is. Or now is it that are you doing something like civil? Because 2018, I mean, was about what, 5 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the statute of limitations out here is 6 years.
So it's 25 million lawsuit.
Okay.
Trey Songz is facing a new lawsuit over an existing rape allegation. Rolling Stone announced accusers refile a lawsuit over claims that the singer raped her at a party in March 2016. The
Oh
woman
shit,
is
2016.
identified as Jane Doe. She's reportedly sued for 25 million. Her allegations are in line with claims that she previously made in a $20 million lawsuit that was initially filed last February. That suit was dismissed last November after Trey Songz argued that her claims passed the statute of limitations.
Mm.
He didn't say he didn't do it. He just said you took too long.
You know what's weird is that I'm fuck, am I playing devil's
The idea that she's doing a double time is only wow. It says, hold on, let me read this some more. Doe stating in both suits that she once had a consensual sexual history with Trey Songz and had expected to have another consensual encounter with him during a house party in March 2016. She alleged instead that Songz threw her to the ground and anally raped her as she screamed in pain and begged him to stop. After the alleged incident, Doe claims that a concerned rideshare driver took her to a nearby hospital where she received medical treatment and sexual assault counseling. She claims that Trey Songz also harassed her at a New Year's Eve party, allegedly called her a slut and a liar, and against security to kick her out. This is a white girl. This is a white girl.
Oh, absolutely. Because if it was a black girl and that she was doing the shoot, he might have been dead. I ain't even trying
Yeah,
to go
it's a white
hold
girl.
you.
It's a white girl.
Um, you know, I the Trey Songz things is hard because no one calls the cops. They all go like sue him for money, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna settle. But I'm just like, in the R. Kelly case, we had people that eventually go to the cops, and it's too many stories happening with him for nobody to go to the cops. Because it's one thing, okay, I went to the cops, I filed a police report, they investigated whatever, there's enough evidence to hold him after, like, and then I turn around and sue him in civil court for damages. It's like, I'm doing both. I'm sorry. It's like Michael Jackson said, "Your butt is mine."
And he literally said,
It's really, and I hate, and I'm not saying I don't believe the women because Keke Palmer told us, like she told us we should have believed her. Well, I believe her.
We need to apologize to Keke Palmer
They need to apologize because I believed her.
Yeah.
We said this before, where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's too many of the same stories. And I understand that she's one of the people that sued him before, so this is probably a case that we've talked about. Mm-hmm. But there's something there for her not to be able to let it go. and just take the L, like it got dismissed, and then you coming back and you coming for Kevin Lyles and the label. I don't know, but it's really weird that, I meant to hit you up when one of the other cases got dismissed. Next thing you know, he's performing somewhere out here. And then now it's like going to be people, like, I don't know if he's going on tour, but I know that there's like a few dates that have Trey Songz on the lineup.
For what
And it's
tour?
just really, I'll send them to you.
Is it the Scream Tour zone?
It's not the Scream tour. It's like another tour. I think it's like him, Mario, and some other people. But then he did like a Christmas show that had Chris Brown on it, which we'll get to later. Oof. I don't know, man. Trey's not looking good for you, man. And yeah, I like the Trigger album. That's the only Trey Songz album that I really fuck with.
I like
But
none of them.
I can do without. Like,
Zero.
I
That yodeling, man, gets on my nerves.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He got two songs I like. I don't need to leave, but I need to go right now. I love that song. Well, I love that song because it get people out the club.
I hate that song.
But it was good for me to get people out of my parties. Like you put
Okay,
that on,
you're right.
you gotta
You're
go.
right.
And then
I
my
must have been
other
gone
one
by
was
then because I
Last
would have been
Time.
looking.
For all my cheating niggas, Last Time was my dope joint too.
Yo, my homeboy performed that one time at karaoke and it was wild.
Cause niggas be feeling Last Time.
He was like, "These hotel rooms is looking too familiar."
It's real talk. It's real talk.
I don't know. I just can't. Like, it's certain things, and I know people gonna be like, "But you like so and so and so." I'm like, oh, it's a whole thing. I'm just a conflicted. I just, and it's not like, because we're clearly segueing into Chris Brown and Chloe Bailey, where I feel like sometimes people are doing things for money grabs, and I feel like in the Chris Brown situation, to a certain degree, that's what's happening. So I could, because we know of two things, the situation with Rhianna, which Rhianna, pretty much said that they was fighting each other. So she was like, he wrong, I was wrong. I didn't press charges against him. It was the state of California. But then you have the situation that happens with Karrueche, where I feel like, I know some stuff, so I can't say that, out loud, and I'm not giving anybody a pass for anything, because violence is violence, and we shouldn't be putting our hands on anybody. But I think it's really tough because, like, I do enjoy Chris Brown's music. I have had the pleasure of being in his space numerous amount of times and had an amazing time. Didn't feel like I was discriminated against, like some of the videos that go around, or feel like that he's a colorist. I think people have a right to like the types that they like or the people that they like. I've never, if y'all can send me the links, I've never heard him say, I know he said something about the nappy head bitches, but can y'all quote me to the place where he's, how we feel like, how as black women we feel like, hey, like who you like, but not at the expense of black women. Like, don't be like, I like so and so because black women did XYZ to me. Leave us alone. We don't be doing shit. But maybe also he kind of paying for it because kids kind of funny looking.
You said what now?
Nothing. I'm leaving the kids out of it. I was gonna say it's kids.
Yeah. Okay, no, I get what you want to know with that.
But in the sense of the situation that's happening with Chloe Bailey, and I have made a reel about this, I have posted it everywhere. So it's, the conversation is interesting across different platforms and what you come into contact with. And I'm aware that people just don't like Chris Brown. They feel like he is arrogant and pompous and all these different things. Which is true to a certain degree. I feel like there's so many places where people fail Chris Brown. When the Rhianna situation happened, and this is a conversation that I even have with my mother, working for the courts and stuff and representing people, and I'm a huge advocate for rehabilitation in the sense of don't give somebody community service when they do something wrong. Make them niggas go to therapy, like or get a psychotherapist to really evaluate and understand what's going on. And I feel like a lot of people failed him, his mother included, his father included. There are too many yes people around, and sometimes people need to be told no and be told the reality of the situation. So with that said, that's because he was 17 and very impressionable, and at that moment had the right things being put in place. I think he probably could have understood what's happening. Now I think that people are using Chris Brown as a cop out in regards to this Chloe Bailey song that they're gonna drop next week.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of people just don't like her, which is unfortunate because she's very talented, she's attractive, she's smart, she's funny. She and her sister are so sweet. I think people hate the confidence that she exudes, which is I feel like I can relate because I've gotten that type of hate before because I'm just very confident in myself and like to have fun and really don't care what people think or say about me. Because baby, if I had that Chloe Bailey ass, God knew what he was doing. And I would tell people all the time, I said, God knew to make me have to work for ass. And what I mean by work for ass is doing some squats, not getting shot in the butt or doing anything. And though I'm not
Mm-hmm.
a plastic
Not going
surgeon,
to get money to go get shots.
but I'm telling you, God knew. He sprinkled that goodness everywhere. My toes ain't that cute, but they cute enough. Where they work for me, but he knew not to give me a big ass because with these titties, this face, and that ass, baby,
It'd been over.
it would have been over. And I just would have been, I would have been a tease. Like we talked about this before. I like being a tease. I would have just been leading niggas on and then going about my business. But I really think that a lot of people don't like Chloe Bailey, and then now they have another reason why not to support the girl, and they using Chris Brown as a cop out. Now, like I said, I've had some
Do
comments.
you
People
think
like,
she was fucking with Gunna?
I don't know, but I've interviewed.
Because that was because that was a real kind of like, really? You fucking with Gunna?
People. I don't know. I've never met Gunna, so I don't know his personality. I don't know what
Gunna
his
was
name
space
is.
boots. Like,
I know it. I don't. If you
It's
like it,
so
I
weird.
love it.
like real talk, I'd rather Chloe Bailey be with a 35-year-old dude than
You
mess
know,
with a dude like Gunna.
I listen. I will tell you this. If I try to get in her business, we was on live one day,
You're
and
the queen of live. For the record, though, Dom is like she's like your Dom's social media prowess fucking better than anything I could fucking ever do.
I'll be trying to capitalize on it. Like my IG is monetized. I have a reel right now that has over 1,000 likes. It has over 30 something thousand views.
Which one is that
And,
one?
it's this one where I do a rebuttal to hear about my freakum dress video. Yes, the freakum dress video does
Yeah.
exist, and so but they be trying to pay with my monetization and be trying to pay me pennies. I was like, I should be kind of at the almost like halfway mark where y'all gonna pay me $1,200
Mm-hmm.
and y'all not. And I feel like I like to have fun. I have a personality, and that's it. And y'all sleeping on me, but when y'all woke and when y'all wake
Yeah,
up,
look.
I'm gonna
I'm just gonna ride. I'm just riding the train with you, man. Because my black ass ain't on nobody live. Only live I've joined is yours.
yes, yeah, and I appreciate it. I feel special. But I was trying to get in her business about the Gunna situation because he was like locked up, and I was like, "So who you dating?" And she was like, And so I was like, I mean, the streets is talking, sis. So is it true or no? But I could say she's a very sweet girl. That was my second time actually encountering her. I interviewed her when I did red carpet some years ago at the NAACP Awards. But very sweet girl, very talented. I think what's happening too is that it's a similar situation to Tiana Taylor, where they don't know how to market her, and they don't know who to market her to, because she's at that age. Chloe's probably like, I don't think she's 25 yet. She's close to it.
Like 24, 23 or something.
And so,
Let me see.
I think it's kind of hard to mark her because she exudes all this talent. I like the upbeat singles. I like Surprise and the new song.
She's 24. She's 24.
She's 24.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like a weird space because men in our age bracket find her attractive. We're listening to her, but like girls probably in my age bracket or around her might be a little intimidated. by her because like I remember showing some friends like the treat me video because I remember I watched that video live. My nigga was over. I was like, bitch. He was like, what? And I was like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to TV because the way this bitch is shaking the ass and there was the water dripping. I was like, I'm telling you, if I had the Chloe Bailey ass, I would be. I'm telling you, I'll be hot. I'm hot, but I'll be hotter. But I just got to do some extra squats for it, and it's cool. You know,
look, you be all good. Look at it, we ain't doing that, yo.
but you know, it's a little booty and it match, but it's fine. But you know,
now you didn't mess up the. You know how many dudes would be like, yeah, you know people gonna be listening. All they be like, oh, she showed her ass.
Yeah, I showed my ass a little bit, but it's fine. I think that's really what it boils down to. I think a lot of people. I think Chris Brown got caught in the crossfire this time, and it made him upset. But Chris Brown, what Chris Brown has to do is not be reactive, and I think because though he's 30, turning 34, or actually he might be turning 35, but I think because he's still young minded, you know, sometimes it takes men a little longer to mature. And I'm not mad at him calling all. I mean, he called some niggas out.
Shout out to Keely, who we talked about 2 episodes ago.
Oh baby, he got in her ass.
But
he had a list.
All facts.
And I mean, and I get it because, but what he said is true. It's like everybody subscribes to certain people. Like he brought up the Christian and Blueface thing, but when it comes to him, it's like, oh, he has to take the heat for everything. What happens is what's.
But he does though. He's wrong about that. He does though.
What you mean?
He has done nothing to show contrition at all though.
I think
if he was dancing, he would be donating money.
This is where it gets tricky.
Performing at the women's shelters. If he really was about like really like fully contrition, he would be like doing that shit.
I think, but this is where I go back to the disservice.
Okay.
Because I think that had someone or people stepped in to really have him understand, because remember, he and him and Rhianna both come from a history of abuse. So this time when we saw Grammy pre-Grammy night, they got caught. Prior to this, and this is somebody that's in the loop that wanted to do, that's into entertainment journalism, all that stuff. There was a lot of things that was out there, and I don't know if they scrubbed the internet, but it's Googleable. Like there was one time they went to Barbados. They returned a rental car. The rental car was the window was like cracked, but it wasn't from the outside. It was from the inside. Something was happening. There were stories already leaking to places about things that she was doing to him and vice versa. They just got caught this time because somebody else called the cops. So I'm not excusing his behavior. I think we probably did both of them a disservice because we probably should have had some sort of, like conversation that's happening. She can unpack her stuff. He can unpack his stuff, and then they can move on. And I think the Karrueche situation, I think, came to a head, like I said, because ultimately, probably when she was finally done after he went to the game with Rhianna, then they didn't work out. Then it's like it's probably so many things to unpack with that kid that we never. But we gave this nigga, go pick up trash on the side of the highway. The States, we have this weird thing, like, we think about prison systems in other countries and they really talk about the concept of rehabilitation and the freedoms that they have, but we don't do that to people here. We just shove them in white boxes and give them like square footage 3 feet around. And so it really does a disservice to a lot of people. There are some people I think that probably potentially could be rehabilitated, but then there's some people that are just genuinely lost. And I'm telling you, I just think everybody dropped the ball on that situation on both sides. And I think that had he known and understood, and I think he's aware what he did was.
He don't fall back though. He be doing dumb shit though constantly.
Well, no, but see, the thing is that, but that's what I'm saying. So it comes back to,
He
But
need to
it's the
fall back. He need to be like low key though.
but
Like
see,
low.
that's what happened. So the weird thing is that Chris Brown does go low key. He goes off the grid. He will go off the grid, and then it'll be like some weird thing that happens where it's like, oh, Chris Brown broke my phone, but Chris Brown told me no photos. But he broke my phone. But then there's like, did he break your phone? Or and so it's like, I'm suing you for $20,000 because or $30,000 because you broke my phone.
Hmm.
Chris Brown snatched my wig off. And then there was people there to say, that's not how that happened. So I think there's some people, Chris Brown is an easy target. Chris Brown is an easy target. Like I said,
This
I'm
is already
not.
open from this past situation.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. But that's what makes it hard about the Trey Songz situations. But I know that there's a certain level of statute of limitations of where you can report something. But I wonder what's the limitations on being able to have a civil suit against somebody. But I'm not victim blaming, I'm not victim shaming. But if somebody, and I know it's a process, and I know that so many people that men or male or female, like they have encounters where they are afraid to report it. They're not afraid to tell. But then I don't know, I'm telling, like, your butt is mine. And I know that's easier said than done, but and like I said, it's too many people with similar stories about the Trey situation.
Yeah, Trey. I mean, Trey's undocumented, documented. You know, it's bad. It's bad for business. But even with the Keely thing, it's almost like Chris Brown. To me, Chris Brown be on some fuck shit. This
He,
is me. But
he
I
likes
will say as well that people do use him as a lightning rod to push their own agenda to push
Mhm.
themselves by using because like you said earlier, he's an easy target. I can launch pad whatever the fuck I'm doing off of him me shitting on him.
Yeah. It's just really, it's weird, and I'll tell you something like offline.
Okay.
So, but I just think that it be doing like, I I think, and it's not just this Chris Brown that we did a disservice to. It's a lot of people, and that's something that I talked to my mom about. I'm like, when y'all dealing with the courts, I was like, y'all should really advocate for counseling for a lot of people, because a lot of people are entering unfamiliar territory. Also, if a kid is becoming like a foster kid, like especially if it's like an interracial situation, I'm very apprehensive, especially based off of certain things that we've
You know what?
seen.
It's interesting you said that though, Donald. What if we gave instead of people giving people probation, we gave them counseling? If you don't show up and you don't work, you go to jail.
Yeah, I'm okay with that,
Like if you ain't
because it's
showing up
like,
for your appointments, your counseling appointments, we violate you just like you're not showing up for your PO.
yeah, yeah, it's just like a PO. Yeah, yeah, you gotta go. And then yeah, because like hearing some of the stories, even still, like what happens to kids that come into foster care, people want to adopt certain kids. All right, look, I'm really still apprehensive. Like I'm like, they need to take certain classes and have certain conversations, because if you're a white family adopting a black kid, like there's certain things that you need to know and understand about this kid. There's certain things that this kid has to be introduced to outside of you just having unseasoned ass food, and y'all might not wash your legs or feet. So it's a process, and we talk about so much. I'm not gonna stay here anyway.
Look, man, this Keely, you don't have any stripes as well to be doing stuff. You just said you had a train around you just previously. Nothing wrong if you like that kind of thing, but it was real tacky. So you're a tacky person. So for you to be doing that, it just that it felt like not right.
Talking about you some damn creative director on that damn show.
What was it called?
I don't know, bullshit.
Yeah,
Next, let's not sit on
yeah.
promises.
All right, man. Let's get into the Ciara new song being previewed. Um, she's an independent woman, and some brothers in the streets are mad.
You know, it because the last single she had was a song with Summer Rocker called "Better Things," and they're both and especially because Summer Walker is coming out of on the heels of like a second breakup with her second baby daddy,
She's a
and
whole like the Summer Walker is like. I'm
we
done.
gotta get them when they're young. Get certain conversations that's just not happening.
Like,
I'm
this is
just
tragic.
I just I don't know. I love a Summer Walker. I love a Summer
I
Walker.
don't fuck
Body
with it.
is still
I
my
don't
shit from
fuck
the
with it.
first album. I love CPR, driving down PCH. But there's a market for it. It absolutely is. And I understand how women are frustrated in general about women and men telling us to be independent, and we want a partner that we can lean on and love on and that can show up for us. But I wonder if there's some underlying thing. Has she really healed from the other situation?
She has not. We know that.
I've
She has
never had
Russell
this
Wilson ain't no
conversation with
real
anybody.
gangster. Like two things can be existing at the same time. Russell Wilson, she could be in like in a great relationship, but also be like shielding herself for some bullshit, like from because she was fucking with a dude like Future. It both can be true. You don't have it. It can't be. It can be more than one. It could be, was she fucking with a sucker dude? Allegedly, he's a sucker dude. And but at the same time, though, she could also be in a happy, healthy relationship as well.
Yeah.
It can be both. Nothing wrong with that. Just people
Yeah,
like
the two can
people can be dirty.
coexist. I mean, look at Chris Brown being in love with two people at the same time, which he put a video out about it.
Who's he in love with? Two people he's in love
He
with.
was in love with Rihanna and Karuchi at the same time. It's a whole thing. I gotta find it.
But when he broke up with Rihanna,
He wasn't broke up. They went. You remember they went to the game. It's a whole thing. I gotta find it. This is when he had this blog, kind of letting people in. It was called Mechanical Dummy.
it was a Chris Brown blog.
It's a whole thing.
Wow, I wasn't even plugged in on this. I mean, damn. Okay.
Yeah, there's a video and he's talking about being in love with two people at the same time and blah 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 blah. But like, see, it's hard because like, people have even been posting like, like when I see Ciara song, and I just wonder, when did all this Ciara hate start? Like, when did the
That's what
Ciara
fucking
hate?
do.
There's like a Ciara like hate train. Hold on.
It's because of her dude. If she was messing with Marshawn Lynch, she wouldn't be getting this.
You think so?
100%. Marshawn Lynch, first of all, ain't nobody gonna say shit about Marshawn Lynch because they gotta fight that nigga.
Huh.
Everybody think they can beat up Russell Wilson, and I think most niggas can't beat him up though either. Okay?
And they can't. I don't know. It's certain
But I
people.
think people think they can though, but they know they can't beat up Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. I love Marshawn Lynch, by the way. He's
Yeah.
a national
Fuck that
treasure.
dude, man. I was in the Bay Area 6 years ago. That dude put out stanchions around his fucking Ferrari. Regular parking spot. Came out, put him out his trunk, put regular stanchions, and stanchioned out his thing though, so you know not to fucking back up to fucking parallel park around his shit. Amazing.
I love it. He's such a national treasure. Like, he must be protected at all costs.
Yeah, but I think the Ciara thing though, it's interesting because people try to compare it to I saw people in comments or online comparing it to Beyonce with the single ladies joint, and she was getting married like in 6 months. Or the soldier, the independent woman, all that shit though. Now I do think Beyonce peddles that, and she ain't about that. I do say that.
Oh, absolutely. We were just talking about Beyonce and the Jay-Z situation because we was like, all we know is what they tell us. So it could very well be true. It very well may not be true, but we're eating it up. But I don't know. There's this weird Ciara hate train, and even you remember when she first came out, like the whole idea about her being a hermaphrodite.
Yeah, that's like 15 years ago, right?
Oh, so here's what's crazy is that recently, even about that situation, I found out that at the same time, there was like a drag queen or a transgender person in like another country, and their name was also Ciara. So the rumors must have been getting misconstrued, and that's how they.
Because if you're a hermaphrodite, you cannot have children.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, you have both. I don't know. I
No,
don't know
you
how
can't.
that
No, I'm
works.
telling you, you can't because
Okay.
you have too much of everything, and your eggs won't grow as well. So you can have your penis cut off, and you can be a woman, but you cannot bear children like that. It's a hard situation to bear children.
Yeah, I can see that, but so that's how that even came about, because there was somebody else in another country that was, and then somehow it got mixed up, and then it was this Ciara, but it's like, where did that even come from? And I just learned out, the TikTok is a gem, and the TikTok is the people that's like put that information out there, and then it bled over to Twitter. But I just.
Okay, well, no, I may be wrong. It says if an intersex person has a uterus, they may be able to carry a pregnancy. If they have ovaries or ovotestes, that tissue could be used for reproduction in some cases. Some intersex people do have ovaries, a uterus, and a vagina, and could get pregnant by contact with sperm. So shit, I'm wrong. Okay.
That's what I thought. I was like, I could. But I don't know. The Ciara thing is weird because like it's like.
I get that there's only 11 reported cases of pregnancy in true hermaphrodites. Only 11.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I feel like there's more people that's born with like a 6 finger or a 6 toe.
Yeah, it said a true hermaphrodite with a spontaneous pregnancy, potentially known to have a remaining portion of right over testes delivered or male neonate. So that you can, but it's only been 11 reported. So it's hard as fuck.
So
she's got 2 kids. So
I don't know what the Ciara hate is about, right? Because I enjoy Ciara. I enjoyed the album entitled Ciara, where that Body Party was on. There's some bangers on there, but I feel like I just kind of wonder what it is and why people can't. There's like she come across like I'm better. Like I don't. Ciara doesn't give me. I feel like I'm better than you at all. Like I feel like Ciara gives me I'm relatable.
She gives it better than you though. They know definitely.
I don't really get that from her.
I do for sure. The reason I know it is because remember, I don't know if there was a video that dropped with them in the bed when he got a new contract with the Seattle Seahawks, and she laying in the bed. And they're talking. He's like, Russell's like, hey, yeah, they just re-signed me. You know what I'm saying? The Seahawks just re-signed me. And she's like, yeah, go Seahawks. Like, it was like, it's just that.
It's just, you feel like she doesn't feel genuine.
No. It's
like, so it's like completely 180 from Ciara that we knew that was dancing on the car.
Like, you didn't need to be in the video. Why would you? There was no purpose in them doing that, period. Tom Brady don't do that shit. No top quarterback do that shit, laying in a bed with his lady to fucking announce he's fucking got a new contract. Who the fuck does that?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying the vitriol towards her is wrong, but I see why people do have vitriol towards her, or they can't, or she gives them ammo. I will say that she gives them ammo too.
Okay. All right. All right, I guess so.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Like I can see. I guess it's just like I said. Like it's a 180 from old Ciara and like what's the one? Promise Ciara.
Oh, is Promise Ciara 50 Cent Ciara or Bow Wow Ciara?
Yeah, that's 50 Cent Ciara.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ciara made it come up. Look, no doubt, and he, if all intents and purposes, he's a good dude. We should be happy that she got a good dude, but she can't. It's like a weird thing. Like she's trying to build the brand off the fact that she's a mother and married to an NFL player. And she only gets attention because you see her married to an NFL player. Because if any other NFL player wife was married to an NFL player, they wouldn't get as much traction at all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I just wonder if she'd never like try to use that platform where people would be mad. Like if she was like didn't like push on that shit that she would Russell and all that, would it be? But it's also part of her brand. It's weird. It's a part of her brand that she came up from fucking with a nigga like Future to fucking.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
To upgrade and to get a nice dude like Russell Wilson. Like, it's a part of her brand, too.
Speaking of brands,
All right.
we have Rhianna and A$AP Rocky, and Rhianna, because that's how she says her name is really said, Robin Rhianna Fenty.
Oh, so it's not, her name is not Rhianna?
It's Rhianna.
No, motherfucking no. No, stop. Because you had 20 years.
She was correcting people, then she stopped. And then, it's just like Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande last name isn't Grande. It's like Grandy. And Chrissy Teigen name is Chrissy Teigen.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
So, a couple weeks ago, Rhianna, as we call her.
My name is my name.
That's how I feel.
Because
people be saying my name is Dominique. That's not my name. My name is not Dominique. It's Dominique.
Yeah, but you know who used to do that? That was fucking gangster with his fucking Kawazane Willis, when she was like, my name is Kawazane.
Yeah.
And when she would correct people on the red carpet, my name is Kawazane.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, and she would correct people, and now everybody knows.
What happened to her? We liked her. What happened to her? She kind of just disappeared.
She was in school. She's in school.
She's
in college.
So Rhianna announces Super Bowl Sunday, also known as my birthday, that she is pregnant again. You know, indirectly, she told us that there will be a special guest, and that's what it was, a baby in her womb. And shortly after that, a cover of Vogue drops, Vogue UK, where she's on the cover with A$AP Rocky, her beautiful baby boy. I feel like we still don't know his name. This whole concept is spearheaded by another Black man named Edward Enninful, who is the editor-in-chief of Vogue UK. And it causes a riot in the Black Twitterverse. Gotta love Black Twitter.
No, I don't even. It's sucker nigga Twitter. Let's do that. It's not Black Twitter. That's sucker nigga Twitter. Sucker
nigga Twitter also exists within the Black Twitterverse, unfortunately.
Yes, it does.
And people are saying that A$AP is being emasculated. We are constantly living in this space of Black men being emasculated. Not to mention Jonathan Majors is currently being emasculated on the cover of Ebony magazine. A magazine.
But also, people know that's a Naruto character that he's playing. You know that, right? It's a fucking Japanese character that he's like playing. I
just honestly feel like people are doing too much again and not enough at the same time. And the conversation surrounding it is because Rhianna is in the forefront of this image. A$AP Rocky's in the background. They're holding hands, but she is clearly the focal point, and he's holding the baby. He is like kind of nestled his face. He smiled. He's happy. And Rhianna is looking at you in the eye, in the focal point in this photo. Now, men feel like because she's at the focal point, she is the head of household, she's the leader, and that A$AP Rocky is being submissive to her. And I want to take a moment and read some of the things that this photo has the breakdown of. They say he has a soft face, he's slouching, the baby has a happy face. They said submissive, nurturing, feminine man. Because his penis is covered, mind you, it's where they're holding hands, they're cock shaming him, and that he's being the follower. Rhianna has a harder face, shoulders back, her chest is out. She's a strong, dominant, masculine woman. She is the leader.
Hey man, go get some sex, man. Go get some pussy, man. I know, but I'm just saying, go get some pussy, G.
Who has the time?
No, go get some pussy, man. I don't mean that as a disrespectful term to any of our ladies that listen when I'm saying that, but like, yo, go get a life, yo. Like, dude, that dude is doing what he's supposed to be doing, holding down his family and holding down his kids, and it's about his lady for the cover. Like, why can't you support your lady being? It's nothing wrong with a dude being in the background supporting his lady. Period.
And that's okay. And also, you know, so I posted a
Now,
reel.
and he's a gangster on his own. You act like he just some. You act like, and that's the thing. There's people's like, you ain't gonna be a Stedman. People know Stedman is a multi-millionaire on his own right, on his own.
I think people think too far ahead of
And
it.
Stedman's a nigga though too though. I met Stedman. He's a nigga.
Stedman is a nice. Didn't they break up?
No, they together still.
Oh, they still together? Because
Yeah.
you know they be off and on, so I don't be knowing what be happening
Stedman's
with
a nigga.
Stedman.
No, Dom.
I
Listen to me,
just
say this to you. Stedman's a nigga. No, Dom.
I can't read your lips.
I said no. I'm saying Stedman's a nigga.
Stedman and nigga. Oh yeah,
No, I'm talking about he like.
I can see that.
He's like your daddy. Like, I'm not saying your dad. More like,
I know. No, my daddy is a nigga.
no, but I'm saying, but like you'll be like, oh, this dude at over at Po Folks.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah. But he just got played.
You know, the funny thing about the situation is that ASAP Rocky has never, ever, and I've met ASAP, and he's never been presenting like he's this thug. Like, yeah, he a thug nigga, but like we were calling him Pretty Flacco.
And he's a Harlem nigga. Harlem nigga's a little bit different.
Yeah. And so I posted a reel about this, and it's just really bizarre how there's so many people feeling like men, black men in particular, are being like emasculated when people know what they're signing up for when they step into certain roles or do certain things. I don't think it's about that. I don't think people can understand and differentiate the concept of art versus like reality. And also, it is okay for a man to be metrosexual. Like, a lot of the men that y'all are talking about,
metrosexual photo shoot though. I get the Jonathan Majors one.
yeah,
But he's recreating a character, which is a whole different other thing though. That's a fucking
right.
animation character. But with ASAP, what was he doing that was fucked up?
No, and
I'd rather have him doing that than fucking not being in his fucking kid's life. I'll tell you that.
I would rather him doing that. I would rather people just take a fucking beat and chill the fuck out, because I feel like half the conversations that this is coming from are from men that have children that are not even showing up for their kids. So how about you get some business about your fucking self and grow up and take care of your fucking kids? And the people that are commenting, well, I'm a person, I'm in my kids' lives, and
no, nigga, you
don't see what I'm seeing. And I was like, what the fuck are we seeing? Because I don't see anything.
Tom, they are once a weekend warrior. I call them niggas once a weekend warrior. They with their kid once a weekend during once a month for one weekend. They think they in their fucking kid's life and they pay their child support. That ain't in your kid's life though, B. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know your daughter's favorite color? Do you know your son's favorite sport? Do you know like intricate things about your child?
A lot of people are projecting because they don't, and they don't care, and they feel like, oh, I dropped some bread off, like you said, I show up once a week, that's enough, and it's never
once a week, once a month on a weekend.
Okay, well, wow, yes.
And some motherfuckers get them on the summer for a month. Let's keep it real.
And then they even be at their daddy house. They be at their grandmammy house.
Or they be with his chick that he fuck with, hanging out with her.
Yeah. I want to read like an interesting comment too. Is St. Louis Red left this on my page. Ooh, pick me, LOL. ASAP Rocky isn't being emasculated by this photo. We met as ASAP Rocky as Pretty Flacco, as Pretty Motherfucker, as Pretty Bitch. We met ASAP wearing dresses and gowns in long flowy fashion. We met him a few years removed from Harlem. When asked about the content of his music and the unrest in Ferguson, he said, amongst other things,
the only time I got mad at him is with the Ferguson shit.
Yep. I'm ASAP Rocky. I did not sign up to be no political activist. I live in fucking Soho in Beverly Hills. I can't relate. He can't relate to urban poverty and conditions that he was just in not too long before the comment. His music was always derogatory and harmful towards men, women, and children. It wasn't protecting them. This photo isn't emasculating him. ASAP was always that. So
I did.
I mean, he
Like,
puts a
I
lot
was
of hindsight.
mad about
Like,
something.
Aesop has made comments before about like, you know, darker skinned women wearing like bright makeup or any, you know, bright lipstick, and he
And
didn't like that.
my men stay out of all them conversations at all times. That's,
Yeah,
I'm giving it from an OG to I've been I had a whole bunch of dudes at the gas at the AOG. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm an OG now. These motherfuckers call me an OG now. From an OG to younger people, there's certain conversations you have shit to do with. Don't even
yeah.
fucking talk about it. Ain't about you. Now, if you want to hang out with your boys and talk some bullshit about it, fine. Anything else, not your thing. Stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing to do with it.
really, really. I think that, you know, a lot of people just have to like calm down, you know, and look to themselves, because if you're looking to the media, like that's the issue, is that you're allowing a media too much control on your house. Like we understand how that shit works and how it navigates, but it's a lot of people that ain't doing what they're supposed to do, having a big ass voice about shit that don't even concern them. Like Rhianna like it, we love it, move on.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not what that's about. And I'm like, the men that are saying that, I'm like, y'all dusty, your hairline's uneven, you ain't that cute. You know what I mean? Like,
You
y'all
dusty
be
your
worried
hairline,
about
but
y'all noses in affairs that don't like pay your child support. It's just really weird when people say this shit, because I'm always just like, that's why I got to the point I don't even read the fucking comments, bro, because it's just like y'all are really miserable ass people. Go get your
yeah.
GED. Go make something about yourself. Go hustle.
I mean, that's all you got, but that's all you got though is the hustle, and everything is in life is more than the
And
hustle.
when I mean, I don't even mean street hustle. I mean like hustle your
No, from a
ass off.
life hustle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you
So
think that you're gonna, and this is the thing is, in general, like I was, shout out to Adrian. I was just talking to Adrian about this today. Shout out to Adrian. We're talking about like how we'll hustle to make sure our kids is okay, and we do everything to make sure they're okay, and we miss time with them for what we doing. But what does it mean though?
yeah,
And this is for two professional black men talking. This ain't even like some nigga that's like,
it's a process, and it's just because there's a matrix that we're unfortunately caught up in, and we will have to definitely talk about that another day, because like I
yeah,
know that there are, you know, conversations consistently that we find you know, come across that with men that are wealthy, that put in that time, that work, the effort to make sure their family was good. The one thing they wish that they would have did different was, you know, spend more time with their family.
yeah,
So it's a catch-22 that we are in, but also we live in a society that is so rooted in capitalism, and everybody works until the wheels fall off, and then, you know, then we die, and it's like, damn, I missed everything. So it's tough in these streets, but
yeah. I
mm,
got one more story. Did you saw the one I sent you? The dude. Did you see the one I sent you with the dude that got a cuddle with the girl that was crazy in her crib with the dude that walked in?
dog,
Hold on. I'm gonna plug this in just because other people need to see it.
yeah,
Quick story time. Situation 2003. Uncle sets me up with a chick that he works with. I think nothing of it. Chocolate, she bad, okay. Go to her crib. Sitting there, we are enjoying each other's company. We're getting close, we're busting it up. All of a sudden, her phone rings about 10 times in about 5 minutes. I think nothing of it. Does it again. Now this time about 20 times, 25 times in about 15 minutes. Now I'm looking at her like, yo, you want to answer that? She gives me the, nah, I know who it is. You want to let me know who it is? Her exact words is, oh, it's just my ex. We just broke up. You know, ain't about nothing. He just can't take no for an answer. And I'm like, you sure I should be over here? She say, yeah. We sitting there, we getting all hot and heavy, start to kissing, start to touching. Phone rings again, and it constantly keeps ringing. Now I'm looking at her like she's sideways. She finally answers the phone. First thing I hear from homeboy on the other end is, who you in the crib with? She goes, nobody. I'm in the crib by myself. Now I'm looking at her like she's sideways. Because why are you lying? If it's your ex, why don't you tell him the fucking truth? That you got another nigga in the house. All of a sudden, he goes, all right, well, if you ain't in the house by yourself, come open the door. Her eyes got big as fucking a bubbled eyes Benz. Like she just literally got in the, and you can see the fear come across her. I've never seen somebody so chocolate turn so white so fast. When she did that, I stood up, I adjusted my clothes, because you know, we was about to get a little hot and heavy. I had to adjust myself real quick. literally adjusted my waistband, and I pulled out the 45 that I had on me. Cocked one, put it in the chamber, took the safety off. And I told her, I put on my jacket, I said, let's go. And she looked at me, why you got that in my house? We're not playing these type of games. I'm not about to lose my life because you want to lie. When she opened the door, 3 of his boys came in. All 3 of them had teardrop tattoos on their face. When I had my burner out, they all knew what it was hitting for. Excuse me, I'm walking out the door. You talk to your woman. Listen, gentlemen, a lot of these chicks be gassing us up. Don't go to their crib if you ain't tooled up, because it might be the last time. And a lot of them will put our freedom on the line, because if something would have went off, everybody would have had to go, because I can't leave no witnesses. So be careful if you're going to be on the females' houses. Even when I drive out of state, that joint stay in the damn trunk.
And then, I got to wrap it up because I got a hard stop.
Yeah. I want to put this in real quick, though, to get us some more time up. It's right here. All right. So what you got on this, Dom?
That goes for men and women. Because you just never fucking know. You know what I mean? But that's why you ask fucking questions. And people, you need to be honest with people. Because you be
honest, like, yo, my nigga's crazy.
What you mean?
Like, do you tell somebody, yo, my nigga's crazy?
You tell them that, like, my ex nigga is crazy, or my ex chick is crazy.
Right.
And you have to say something, because if you know that puts so many people at risk.
True. And it put them in a good place, and they know.
And it puts people unnecessarily get caught up in the crossfire. And we see it all the time, where it's a man who comes in and they shoot up the house because everybody, kids included, because they are jealous. People have to stop staying in places longer than they need to be when they are seeing the red flags. It's wild. It's really wild. And this goes for men, women. Y'all have to be honest about your situation, because when y'all don't do that and somebody loses their life because you were not honest, it's really fucked up. Like, give me the right to choose. Am I going to, I say this all the time, be honest with me so that I can say yay or nay. Mm-hmm. And if I feel like my life is more important than messing with you, my life is more important.
Yeah, when he said he came to the door and he said he saw teardrop tears on her, I'm like, then I start thinking, like, oh, he's messing with a Mexican chick. So I always flip to the racial part. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm automatically.
I'm not
profile if they're what race they are. I was like, oh, they had all of them had tattooed tears. Like, oh, you messing with a Mexican chick. I'm assuming.
I don't know, because that could go for anybody. We've seen weird shit happen across the board.
Yeah, but like the way he said all his friends had tattooed tears, maybe one person will have tattooed tears is black, but not everybody. That's Mexican.
Yeah.
He said he walked to the door and he said everybody had tattooed tears. That means everybody, and he looked like he was in Texas. It looks like.
Yeah. Y'all be safe in these streets. No, I'm dead ass. Stop playing with people. Like, I was like, trust me. Like, I was telling you offline. There's a reason. Like, I'm telling you, there's even today. Like, there was something that was like, you need a request to get your locks changed. Like, I'm getting that shit changed. Like, I'm not playing that shit. And when the situation, I'm about to have a knife out, just in case. Yeah. I'm not playing with people.
Yeah, no, we don't want you having knives out. We want you to be right. But man, Dom, let everybody know where they can get the candles at and where they can hit you up at.
SAINT-Angelus.com. On Instagram, I'm just Saint Angelus. There's no dash. Also have a whiskey soured.
It's in the notes. It's in the notes too.
It's in the notes. We have everything, but yeah. And then we also have a code for the candles. Use code Aquarius to get 20% off your purchase of $50 or more. It's always there.
Yeah. Look, we'll be back. As always in 2 weeks. Trey Songz, man, get your life right, man. If you a fly dude, don't be doing this to the young ladies, man.
Also, we do a review of Married at First Sight.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the dope shits.
Yes, we fuck Trey Songz, but we do Married at First Sight, and it's such a great time. And I hope that y'all watch with us. We might need to record tomorrow because I forgot I will be out of town Thursday. I'm going to New Orleans.
You're going to New Orleans for what?
Yeah, I'm going to New Orleans, and
okay. So
if y'all see me in the season,
The show don't come on till Wednesday night.
Yeah, we might need to do it after the show.
Oh, you see what?
Or we could do like we did this week, where we did next week, where we did 2 shows.
Okay,
which,
well, no, we can do it directly after. I just need to know. I need to watch it as it comes on.
Yeah, that's we'll circle back about it, but I really gotta be. So I'm gonna see y'all later. I love y'all, and thank you so much for tuning in, and keep the comments coming. Get us to 1,000 subscribers on the SOLC Network, as well as my page, my personal page. We're trying to get this stuff monetized, being able to do all of this. It takes so much effort, and be sure to share with your friends. I appreciate y'all so much, and I love y'all. Shout out to Dana Dudley. I wanted to say hi. I'm going to post this as a short because I got called out for not commenting to her or him. Dana could go either way, but I be trying. Don't be slacking on like it's only 10 of us. It's almost 500 subscriptions. Don't play me like that, but I will be more cognizant and aware, and I will try better. And I try to get back to everybody, but sometimes you get caught up in certain conversations and I miss people, and I apologize. So I try to get to everybody, and I love y'all, and I will see y'all here next week.
All right. See y'all. Peace.